And we begin tonight at 11 with a weather impact alert because tomorrow sweltering heat returns and we add storm chances to the mix. Thanks for inviting us in tonight. Sean's in to break it down for us. Boy, it is hot out there. Any chance for severe weather either tonight or tomorrow?
There's storms up north. They're in the process of weakening. And then we're going to have another bout of thunderstorms, probably a little more numerous storms tomorrow afternoon, evening. Let's take care of business for tonight. And as Scott mentioned it, yes, it is just oppressively humid outside. We're still at 83 here in Indy. Severe thunderstorm watch technically until 2 a.m. Complex of thunderstorms that erupted in very hot, humid air here. We've seen a decrease in lightning with the storms that prompted severe thunderstorm warnings earlier for Napanee and South Bend. But the leftovers are going to drift to the south. So don't be surprised to hear some rumbles of thunder. Lafayette, Logansport, possibly in the metro area. But the story as we go through is that we're going to dial it up one more time for tomorrow, 100 to 105 on the heat index. I'll talk about those afternoon storms for Wednesday in the 7-day forecast.
All right, we'll see you in a little bit, Sean. Thanks. A little boy critically hurt tonight by gunfire on the southwest side of Indy. All of this coming less than 24 hours after that 3-year-old was shot and killed in our city. We've got team coverage of this recent gun violence having profound impacts on our youngest Hoosiers and their families. Anna Chalker talked with the people remembering the 2 victims killed last night. We'll hear from Anna in a moment, but first, Logan Gay has been digging into this most recent shooting that sent a toddler to the hospital.
Police say that toddler is in critical condition, and right now they're investigating whether that injury was self-inflicted, but they say they found the boy inside a car in this Wendys parking lot. But IMPD says they were first dispatched to Belmont Avenue near Raymond and Harding on a report of a person shot. Before they could get there, they were rerouted to the Wendys. Officer Drew Brown calling this latest shooting an absolute tragedy.
To have to respond to something like this as an officer is heartbreaking, but for a family to have to experience something like this is devastating. And this is the second time in less than 24 hours that Indianapolis has had to receive news of this nature. So our hearts are with the family.
Police believe the shooting happened inside the vehicle. The exact circumstances of what led up to the shooting are still being investigated.
Gun ownership and gun responsibility are one and the same. We can't stress enough that firearms in the hand of children, with no supervised adults, is devastating.
The Wendys drive-thru was closed while detectives investigated. One employee who wanted to remain anonymous says the commotion in the parking lot surprised them.
It's devastating to hear, especially right in front of your face, knowing that happens. You always hear about it, but you never think of what happened right in front of you.
The recent violence involving children has people wondering why and how this is happening.
It's scary. It's sad. Parents need to be more like parents and take care of their children. It seems like every year something worse happening.
Police say all the people involved in this incident are accounted for and there is no ongoing threat to the community. But a reminder though, there are free gun locks available to anyone who needs them at the IMPD office or at the Marion County Sheriff's Office. In Indianapolis on the southwest side, Logan Gay, 13 News.
And now to that shocking loss last night on the northeast side of Indy. 3-year-old Armani Booker and 22-year-old Jay-Sean Johnson killed in a parking lot near 75th and Shadeland. They had just celebrated the little boy's birthday. Anna Chalker joins us tonight in the newsroom after talking to one of Jay-Sean's mentors. Anna?
Scott, Brandon Randall tells me Jay-Sean spent the last few years working to turn his life around. He says no matter what hardships came in his way, Jay-Sean just wanted to be better.
He loved to laugh. He loved to bring the energy up in a room. And he loved to smile.
That smile is what Brandon Randall will always remember about Jay-Sean Johnson.
I've worked with young people for 18 years, and sometimes you just meet a student that makes an impression on you. Jay-Sean was one of those young people.
Randall says he worked with Jay-Sean to get his GED and turn his life around.
The last time I talked to him, he was just trying to get a job, just trying to do right.
But on Monday night, the 22-year-old was shot and killed. Police say around 9, Jay-Sean and 3-year-old Armani Booker were found shot inside a car outside a strip mall near 75th Street and Shadeland Avenue. Jay-Sean died at the scene. Armani later died at the hospital.
He was a victim of violence, and he deserves to be remembered for his positive contributions to this world.
Jay-Sean and Armani were on their way home from the boy's 3rd birthday celebration. Tia Gathing says she just cut Armani's hair on Friday, and he was so excited for his birthday.
He was just so cute. He was so adorable. That's what I would take away from it, is just like his face. I just would definitely miss his face.
Both Randall and Gathing say it's time for people to step up so this kind of violence is stopped.
Until everybody is on the same page of being very vocal, present, and intentional to support young people, a lot of these situations are going to keep happening.
The North Shadeland Alliance will host a prayer vigil for Jay-Sean and Armani. It'll be on Thursday at Castleton United Methodist Church at 6:30.
And this is something we've seen all too often recently. Young kids getting injured and even killed by gunfire. Different circumstances, same heartbreak. So tonight I want to show you what's been happening in our city in just the last 9 days. Sunday, August 18th, 3 kids shot across 24 hours. 12:30 p.m., police say a 4-year-old boy accidentally shot himself near Dearborn and Keystone. He died from his injuries. 6:15, a child hurt near a business following an armed robbery near 38th and Moeller. The child said to be stable afterwards. Just after 11, 46th and Moeller, another child with a self-inflicted wound who later died. Then Saturday, August 24th, a woman shot while breastfeeding her son who was also hurt. That brings us to last night, August 26th, the 3-year-old boy and 22-year-old man killed on the northeast side of Indy. And now tonight, August 27th, a young boy in critical condition at an Indianapolis hospital. We've got extensive coverage of each of these cases posted on WTHR.com. You'll also be able to find any updates on those investigations. Tonight at 11, an IMPD sergeant is now out of jail awaiting trial. Tonight he's charged with child exploitation and possession of child pornography. Sergeant Javed Richards was just released yesterday. He had to turn in his guns and passports before all that could happen. He'll have to wear a GPS monitor and stay here in Marion County. Javed Richards is due back in court on Thursday. And now to Frankfort tonight, where police are now investigating a deadly crash after a chase. All of this unfolding early this morning. Police tell us someone was driving recklessly, and when an officer tried to stop the car on State Road 28, the driver took off. The car eventually crashed and flipped. One person died at the scene. Another person was flown to a hospital here in Indianapolis. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. A man accused of killing an Indianapolis restaurant owner just pleaded not guilty in the case. 38-year-old Justin Jones is now scheduled to go on trial at the end of October. He's accused of killing George Nelson Sr., who owned Pa and Ma's Backyard Barbecue near 26th and MLK. A man shot by police was just sentenced to a year in prison. Dontrell Hood reached a plea deal earlier this month. He was shot after police responded to shots fired near the state fairgrounds last November. Investigators tell us that Hood went for his gun on the ground as police tried to arrest him. Hood's attorneys say he has schizophrenia and argued he should get mental health treatment, not prison time. A new sentencing tonight in a kidnapping case out of Ohio that led authorities here to Indianapolis. A judge in Ohio handed down a 23-year prison sentence to Nala Jackson. Investigators say she kidnapped 2 babies from Columbus. One of them was discovered at a Papa John's here in Indy. The other boy was found in a parking lot at the Dayton airport. Tonight, a woman is recovering after police say she was grazed in the head with a bullet during an armed robbery. This was the scene at an apartment complex near 86th and Harcourt Road this morning. Tonight, police are urging anyone with surveillance video to call IMPD as they search for a suspect. Tonight, a man is in custody connected to a homicide here in Indianapolis that happened last Friday near 34th and Ralston. Now, a 43-year-old is under arrest and due in court Thursday. Police tell us that community assistance helped lead them to the suspect. Remember, you can find the latest local stories anytime on our 13 News app.